Hey all, here at OS Reviews, you're watching our hands-on review of the Crazybaby Nano 1S. These are true wireless earphones, and Crazybaby is a company that started in 2015. They've already won a lot of design awards for the pill-shaped box of the battery case and the bullet style of the earbuds. It comes in a number of colors, and it had a pretty successful, I would say, marketing campaign, almost viral over the past year or two. So really they are positioning themselves as a very stylistic and fashionable pair, almost like Apple's AirPods or maybe Beats, but in a TWS form factor, and as such, you are paying a premium for that design. The new Nano 1S, released here in 2019, improves on the battery life. It can now last over 5 hours on a single charge using Bluetooth 5.0, and the battery case will give you over 15 hours of battery life. That's the longest in all of the earbuds they've released yet, but it still sells for $140, which is pretty expensive. It's cheaper than the Apple AirPods, but then again, compared to the other more generic options on the market, really paying for that design. And it says the Crazybaby Nano 1S. Now, it's worth mentioning that the previous Nano was called the Nano Air, sold for a bit cheaper than this. So this one is a bit more expensive. So the Nano 1S is trying to improve on the sound, but it's still going to be cheaper than the Air 1S, which is the other new model from Crazybaby. That one is $180 and has a aluminum battery case. But the packaging here, very professional. And here we also have spare silicone tips for a more custom fit, and then we just have the USB Type-C cable, as you can see here. Once again, it comes in a number of crazy looking colors, from neon, blues, greens to whites, but we have a relatively simple matte black finish here. Just like the original Air Nano, the Nano 1S is still made out of plastic for the body here. We have just a Type-C port here for charging. The other side features an LED light, and this part is tapered so it can stand upwards like this, although it's also slightly bottom heavy, so it tries to not roll around quite as much on the surface. It tends to just stay in this one position. Now we can pull on the sides here to reveal the earbuds inside, and that really is the distinguishing kind of design element of all of Crazybaby's TWS earbuds and what won them so many design awards at CES and various convention shows. It's pretty elegant, but just like the original Air Nano, it's not the most stable feeling thing in the world. You can see it wobbles ever so slightly. Again, the aluminum of the Air 1S is a bit more stable, but overall it still feels like it's well put together. It doesn't feel like it's going to break anytime soon. On the inside here, we just have some very basic specs, Nano 1S, and we just have the earbuds themselves, which have a LED light ring, which will also glow when they are turned on and pairing and charging. We have just two very small contact points here that are used to magnetically charge these. So we can see the earbuds are completely flat on the top, and they still have that very iconic bullet-looking shape. They're still made out of plastic, so they're relatively light, with the Crazybaby logo on the top. And the top acts as a physical button that you can tap to play and pause the music. It is a key that depresses with a pretty good action, and you can long hold to physically turn them off, but you can also automatically turn them off just by popping them into the case, and when you remove them, they will automatically turn on as well. There are integrated microphones, so you can use them for answering phone calls with Android or iOS as well. When you close up the case, it is also assisted using magnets, so it will automatically push itself in just by a little bit of force. Same thing with the other side, so it stays shut pretty well. So as a quick size comparison, here it is next to an Apple AirPod, so you can see that the size of the battery case is a little longer and a little bit thicker. Here it is next to the MPOW H5 that we just reviewed. You can see that these are, of course, a lot more fashionable in terms of their design, but the overall battery case of the MPOW are definitely larger. And here it is next to the Tiamat Force, which also has a rotating door design. You close it up, it's also more portable, as you can see here. So pairing these earphones are pretty easy, and you can see that once connected, it does also have AAC technology. So it's not Qualcomm's aptX, but it's another way of compressing the audio, but also improving on the latency. So it's going to be better than some of the other generic TWS earbuds we reviewed, which didn't have any of this codec built on in. So speaking of audio quality, overall, I would say I'm impressed with the Nano 1S. I do think they are going to sound better than the original Crazybaby Nanos, which were slightly weaker in terms of sound, especially in bass. The bass has been significantly improved. Mids and highs also sound quite clean, at least for just casual listening for consumer type music. It does a pretty good job. I wouldn't say they're audiophile grade, neither are the Apple AirPods, because Bluetooth earphones in general are a compromise. You're getting something that's wireless, which has a better form factor for movement and for exercising, but again, if you do want the cleanest and the most resolution, you would still turn to wired headphones. So in general, as far as TWS earbuds go, I would say they sound really good. As I've emphasized on past reviews of TWS earbuds, Bluetooth 5.0 seems to be making a pretty big difference in terms of the sound quality in general. There's a lot less latency to the point where you can now watch movies and short YouTube videos and pause the sound really quickly, and the audio and video stays synced up almost perfectly. So there's no more lag or delay, which is awesome. And at the same time, again, audio quality on these are great. The comfort of the ear tips I found to be also very good, especially since they give you a lot of those accessory tips in the box. So they do seal off a lot of sound. Some other observations, these don't have any voice prompts. So unlike a lot of the other generic Shenzhen-based headphones, which will beep really loudly or say turning on, pairing, they don't have any of that. So it's a lot more discreet. So I would certainly say they are the best sounding Crazybaby TWS headphones at the moment, with the longest battery life as well. So if you are interested in that, you can find out more details in the links down below. But for now, that's been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews. That's been the Crazybaby Nano 1S True Wireless Headphones.